Chosen one, the cosmic vault has cracked open, and your golden keys of victory are being placed directly into your possession right now, not as some distant promise, but as immediate reality. The universe just handed you the master keys to every door that has ever been slammed in your face, and what unfolds next will obliterate every ceiling you thought was permanent and launch you into dominion that reshapes the very fabric of your existence. But here's what makes this moment different from every other promise of transformation you've heard. These keys come in 3 distinct sets, each unlocking a different dimension of power. The first set was forged from every battle you've already won, every demon you've already conquered, every mountain you've already moved when everyone said it was impossible. You think those struggles were just random hardships? Wrong. They were your qualification process. Every tear, every sleepless night, every moment you wanted to quit but didn't. Those were you earning the right to hold keys that most people will never even see. The second set opens doors to territories that don't exist yet. While everyone else fights over the same tired opportunities, recycling the same old strategies, competing for scraps from tables they'll never own, you're about to receive first access to virgin land. We're talking about markets that haven't been created, positions that haven't been invented, opportunities so fresh that your footprint will be the first to mark the soil. The universe has been holding these territories in reserve, waiting for someone with your particular combination of scars and strength to claim them. The third set carries power so profound it will fundamentally alter how opposition functions in your life. Think of it as having your own personal prison system for every force that has ever worked against you. You're not just overcoming obstacles anymore, you're gaining the authority to arrest them, lock them away and throw away the key. Every jealous competitor, every systemic barrier, every spiritual force that has blocked your path can be permanently neutralized and removed from your equation. Now, before you start celebrating, understand something crucial. The delivery of these keys requires a cosmic turning point, so dramatic that it's about to redirect the entire trajectory of human events. Think of the universe as a master driver who's been cruising straight for millennia and suddenly, without warning, jerks the wheel hard left. Everything changes. The road you were on disappears. The destination you thought you were heading toward becomes irrelevant. You're not just changing lanes, you're entering a completely different dimension of reality. This isn't your typical self-improvement fairy tale where small adjustments lead to modest improvements. This is a fundamental reorganization of power structures that will leave most people confused, displaced, and desperately trying to understand why the rules they depended on no longer apply. But you'll be holding the keys to the new kingdom while they're still looking for the entrance to the old one. The shift started weeks ago in the spiritual realm, but it's about to manifest physically in ways that will shock even you. That restless energy you've been feeling? That's not anxiety, that's activation. Your spiritual DNA is coming online, preparing you to handle authority that would overwhelm unprepared minds. Your soul has been sensing the hunting grounds that await, and that primal knowing is translating into unshakable confidence that problems which used to devastate you now feel like minor inconveniences. Some of you have been feeling this as literal movement energy, an inexplicable urge to relocate, to change your environment, to get out of spaces that suddenly feel too small. Trust that instinct. The golden keys for many of you manifest as access to physical territories that dwarf your current situation, new homes that make your current place look like a starter apartment, new office spaces that reflect your expanding empire, new cities, new states, new countries where your influence can grow without the limitations imposed by people who remember the smaller version of you. But movement means more than geography. You're moving up levels of existence so rapidly that people from your past won't recognize the new you. You're moving into tax brackets that seemed impossible 6 months ago. You're moving into social circles that felt unreachable last year. You're moving into spheres of influence where your voice carries weight and your decisions impact thousands. The universe has been strategically orchestrating a sequence of events that required you to experience a period of profound boredom and dissatisfaction first. Those months where every opportunity felt bland, where every door seemed closed, where you stood in the hallway of life with your arms folded, wondering what the hell you were supposed to do next. That wasn't punishment, that was positioning. You needed empty hands to receive what's coming. You needed to be dissatisfied with ordinary options to recognize extraordinary ones. You needed to exhaust every conventional pathway so that when the unconventional pathway opened, you'd take it without hesitation. The abundance of dull choices you've been facing was actually the universe clearing the stage for the moment when the spotlight swings to you. Because that's what's happening now. The spotlight isn't just shining on you, you are becoming the spotlight. Some of you will find yourselves literally on stages, in boardrooms, in positions of public influence, where your words shape outcomes and your decisions ripple through industries. Others will discover that their creations, their products, their innovations are gaining recognition and traction in ways that surprise even them. The limelight finds you whether you're seeking it or not, because the universe needs your particular frequency to be amplified right now. This elevation into visibility isn't random recognition, it's strategic positioning. You're being planted in soil so fertile, so saturated with nutrients and potential, that whatever seeds you plant will produce fruit at rates that defy natural law. Ideas that have been dormant in your mind for years will suddenly find the perfect conditions for explosive growth. Projects that felt stuck will gain supernatural momentum. Connections that seemed impossible will form organically and powerfully. The castle being constructed for you exists on multiple dimensions simultaneously. Some of you will acquire literal real estate that serves as the foundation for generational wealth. Others will build intellectual empires, create systems and products that generate passive income streams while you sleep, or establish businesses that continue thriving regardless of economic conditions. The castle represents permanence, legacy, something so substantial that it becomes the launching pad for your descendants' success stories 2 generations from now. What makes this transformation so powerful is that you're not competing for existing resources, you're being given access to completely new ones. The old power structures that required you to climb endless ladders, navigate political games, and compete for limited positions are becoming irrelevant to your success. While others fight for seats at tables they'll never own, you're building your own banquet hall where you determine the guest list. This is why your confidence has been building lately, even when your circumstances haven't yet reflected what you know is coming. Your inner lion has been awakening because it senses the hunting grounds that await. The roar building in your chest isn't just enthusiasm, it's recognition. Your soul recognizes its own territory before your eyes can see it, and that primal knowing is creating an unshakable certainty that you're about to dominate in ways that will surprise even you. The boost season you've entered amplifies everything. Your energy, your magnetism, your ability to attract opportunities and resources, everything gets multiplied exponentially. This is why the golden keys are being delivered now rather than earlier. In your previous state of development, you might have been overwhelmed by this level of power and responsibility. But in boost mode, you can handle authority that would corrupt or destroy individuals who haven't been through your particular training program of adversity and growth. Behind the scenes, while you've been experiencing what felt like stagnation and confusion, architects have been drawing blueprints for your empire. Contractors you've never met have been preparing foundations for projects you don't even know exist yet. The divine timing is so precise that people, resources, and opportunities you need are being positioned in your path without you having to manipulate, force, or even ask for anything. Financial growth is accelerating, whether you see the evidence immediately or not. The seeds of prosperity you've been planting through your efforts, your faith, your refusal to quit during dark seasons, are reaching maturity simultaneously. Multiple income streams are forming, often from unexpected directions. Investments you forgot about are appreciating. Skills you developed casually are becoming valuable commodities. Networks you built organically are creating lucrative opportunities that compound upon each other. This financial expansion isn't just about increasing your income, it's about fundamentally changing your relationship with money and resources. You're moving from scarcity thinking to abundance reality so rapidly that your old financial limitations will seem like a bad dream you barely remember. The modest beginnings of your current situation are transforming into the substantial prosperity that becomes your new baseline, not your peak. But power attracts opposition, and your ascension will inevitably trigger resistance from forces that profited from your previous limitations. Some people who felt comfortable with the smaller version of you will be threatened by your expansion. Some systems that benefited from your constraints will resist your liberation. Some spiritual entities that fed off your struggle will fight your success with everything they have. This is where the third set of keys becomes your secret weapon. When someone tries to block your path, you don't have to fight them. You can arrest them spiritually and lock them away where they can't interfere with your mission. When systems try to limit you, you don't have to play by their rules. You can create new systems where their limitations don't apply. When opposition rises against you, you don't have to overcome it. You can eliminate it entirely. The authority you're receiving to arrest principalities and lock them away comes with responsibility to use it wisely, but use it you will. Every force that has worked against your success, every person who has tried to diminish your light, every spiritual entity that has attempted to derail your destiny can be permanently neutralized and removed from your equation. You're not just winning battles, you're ending wars. The most unexpected people are about to find themselves in positions of power they never imagined possible. Entertainment figures becoming influential leaders, artists becoming executives, outsiders becoming insiders, so rapidly that traditional gatekeepers won't have time to organize resistance. This paradigm shift is happening across every industry, every sector, every level of society. The old rules about who gets access to what are being rewritten in real time, and you're holding the pen. Your rise isn't an isolated incident. It's part of a massive reorganization of power structures, where chosen individuals are being positioned to influence outcomes that affect millions of people. Your personal transformation has implications that extend far beyond your individual success. You're being equipped to carry out a mission that requires the specific combination of skills, experiences, and wisdom that only your unique journey could have provided. The changes happening now are permanent, not temporary fluctuations that will fade when the novelty wears off. You're not getting a brief taste of success before returning to your previous circumstances. You're being permanently relocated to a higher level of existence where what you're experiencing now becomes your new normal, not your peak performance. Your new identity as a golden key holder comes with privileges and responsibilities that will reshape every relationship, every decision, every day of your life going forward. The confidence you feel isn't temporary euphoria, it's appropriate recognition of your actual authority. The power you're wielding isn't borrowed, it's owned. The territory you're claiming isn't leased, it's purchased with the price you've paid through every difficult season that prepared you for this moment. The castle-sized blessings flowing into your life aren't the ceiling of what's possible, they're the foundation of what you'll build next. What you create from this launching pad will dwarf even these extraordinary beginnings. The generational wealth establishing itself through your efforts will compound and multiply, creating resources that solve problems you haven't even identified yet, and opportunities that span centuries rather than decades. The golden keys that were placed in your hands as this story began are now fully activated, humming with power, ready to unlock dimensions of reality that most people don't even know exist. The boredom that brought you to this moment has transformed into excitement that energizes every cell in your body. The confusion has become clarity, the waiting has become claiming. You are no longer the person who used to be, that version of you. The one who accepted limitations, who played small, who wondered if success was really possible. That person has been permanently replaced by the golden key holder you were always destined to become. Your time isn't coming anymore. Your time is here. Your reign has begun. The territories you're about to access aren't just empty land waiting for development. They're realms specifically designed to multiply everything you touch. Think of it as stepping into a dimension where the laws of scarcity have been suspended and replaced with principles of exponential expansion. Every relationship you build in these new territories carries the potential for massive multiplication. The people you meet aren't just contacts, they're catalysts who amplify your influence in ways you never imagined possible. A single conversation leads to 3 opportunities. One opportunity creates 7 connections. 7 connections generate 21 possibilities that branch out into an entire network of success that operates independently of your direct involvement. This multiplication effect extends beyond professional relationships into every aspect of your existence. The creative ideas flowing through your mind aren't just concepts, they're blueprints for innovations that reshape entire industries. The solutions you develop for your own challenges become products that solve problems for millions of people. The wisdom you've gained through your journey becomes teaching that transforms generations of future leaders. The golden keys unlock access to what I call the Victory Vault, a cosmic repository where every tool, resource and weapon you need for complete domination has been stored specifically for your use. This isn't about working harder or grinding longer. This is about accessing resources that make conventional effort obsolete. When you have the right key, doors don't just open, they swing wide and invite you in with red carpet treatment. Inside this vault, you discover that success operates on completely different principles than what you've been taught. Speed replaces struggle, flow replaces force, magnetism replaces manipulation. You stop chasing opportunities and start attracting them so powerfully that you have to become selective about which ones deserve your attention. The scarcity that once defined your reality becomes an ancient memory as abundance becomes your new atmospheric condition. The victory these keys represent isn't temporary achievement that requires constant maintenance. It's permanent elevation to a level where defeat becomes impossible. You're not just winning battles, you're being relocated to a realm where your enemies can't follow, where their weapons don't function, where their strategies become irrelevant. It's like moving from ground-level combat to commanding from an orbital space station where you can see everything happening below while remaining completely untouchable. Your decision-making process transforms completely when you're operating with golden keys. Instead of choosing between limited options, you're creating options that didn't exist before. Instead of selecting from what's available, you're manifesting what you need. Instead of adapting to circumstances, you're designing circumstances that serve your highest purpose. The keys don't just open doors, they grant you the power to create new doors wherever you need them. This level of authority extends into realms most people don't even know exist. You're gaining access to what mystics call the Akashic Records, the cosmic database containing every piece of information that ever was or ever will be. Need to know the perfect strategy for your next business venture? Access granted. Want to understand exactly what your competition is planning? Information downloaded directly to your consciousness. Require insight into future market trends? Knowledge transferred instantly to your awareness. But with this unlimited access comes responsibility to use these keys for purposes greater than personal accumulation. The victory you're achieving creates pathways for others who are ready to step into their own power. Every door you open makes it easier for the next chosen one to find their way. Every territory you claim and develop becomes available for future leaders to build upon. Your individual triumph contributes to a collective transformation that spans generations. The opposition you face as you rise to this level operates on frequencies most people never encounter. You're not just dealing with human resistance anymore, you're confronting spiritual forces that have maintained control over human potential for centuries. These entities recognize the threat you represent to their systems of limitation and will deploy every weapon in their arsenal to stop your ascension. This is why the third set of keys includes not just the power to arrest these forces, but the authority to dismantle their entire infrastructure. You're not just protecting yourself from attack, you're systematically destroying the mechanisms they use to keep others enslaved. Every principality you arrest weakens their overall system. Every stronghold you demolish makes it easier for others to break free. Your personal victory becomes a liberation campaign that frees countless others from invisible chains. The golden keys also unlock something unprecedented in human history: direct communication channels with the cosmic forces that govern reality itself. Instead of praying and hoping your requests reach their destination, you're getting direct access to the control room where universal laws are written and rewritten. You're not just asking for favor anymore, you're participating in the decision-making process that determines how favor gets distributed. This communication access means you can negotiate new terms for your existence. Don't like the current rules limiting your financial growth? Propose new ones. Frustrated with natural laws that seem to work against your timeline? Request modifications. Tired of human limitations that prevent you from accessing your full potential? Apply for exemptions. The keys grant you diplomatic immunity from restrictions that still bind others to mediocrity. Your energy signature changes fundamentally when you're carrying golden keys. People sense your authority before you speak. Opportunities present themselves before you ask. Resources flow toward you like metal to a magnet. This isn't about developing charisma or learning persuasion techniques. This is about operating from a frequency that automatically commands respect and attracts cooperation. The victory these keys represent includes mastery over time itself. Deadlines that once created stress become suggestions you can modify at will. Projects that should take months complete themselves in weeks. Healing that traditionally requires years happens in days. You're not just managing time more effectively, you're accessing a dimension where time serves your purposes rather than constraining them. This temporal mastery extends to your ability to influence the past and future simultaneously. Decisions you make today ripple backward to heal old wounds and forward to prepare perfect conditions for your continued expansion. The golden keys unlock your capacity to exist in what mystics call eternal now, a state where past, present, and future converge into a single moment of unlimited possibility. But the true measure of your victory isn't monetary, it's the transformation of your very essence into a force of nature that shapes reality through intention alone. Your thoughts become cosmic commands, your dreams become blueprints that the universe rushes to construct. Your casual wishes become laws that govern how abundance manifests in your experience. The golden keys transform your physical body into a vessel capable of channeling power that would overwhelm unprepared nervous systems. Your cellular structure reorganizes to accommodate higher frequencies of energy. Your brain develops new neural pathways that process information at superhuman speeds. Your intuitive abilities expand to include precognition, telepathy, and direct knowing that transcends conventional learning. This biological upgrade isn't science fiction, it's the natural result of your consciousness expanding beyond human limitations into cosmic awareness. You begin thinking thoughts that originate beyond your personal mind, accessing wisdom that flows from universal intelligence itself. Solutions appear in your awareness that you didn't consciously derive through logic or analysis. The victory you're achieving creates a new species of human, one that bridges the gap between earthly existence and cosmic consciousness. You retain all the advantages of physical embodiment while gaining access to spiritual dimensions that most people only glimpse in dreams or mystical experiences. This integration of human and divine becomes your permanent operating system. Others begin seeking you out, not just for what you've accomplished, but for who you've become. Your presence alone elevates their consciousness and expands their sense of what's possible. Leaders from every field request your counsel. Innovators seek your blessing on their projects. Visionaries ask you to partner with them in ventures that reshape civilization itself. The golden keys don't just grant you access to existing power structures, they authorize you to create entirely new ones. You're not just joining the elite, you're founding a new category of leadership that transcends traditional hierarchies. The influence you wield operates beyond political parties, religious denominations, or cultural boundaries. You become a force for transformation that unites rather than divides. Your legacy extends far beyond personal achievement into the realm of species evolution. The example you set demonstrates what becomes possible when human beings operate with their full potential activated. The systems you create serve as templates for organizing society around principles of abundance rather than scarcity. The wisdom you embody becomes teaching that guides humanity through its next evolutionary leap. Now, the following is a message meant exclusively for the chosen. If you are compromised by archonic forces, this is not meant for you. And by the spiritual authority conferred to us by the secret chiefs of the Obsidian Inner Order, we grant you license to depart. If not, steel yourself and listen intently, for you shall be redeemed even as we are redeemed. The Obsidian Inner Order is not a program, it's not a course, it's not some feel-good spiritual retreat. We don't sell answers, we remember together. We teach psychic self-defense, real energetic shielding against entities, implants and interference. We restore manifestation as it was meant to be, raw, immediate and exact. Every week we gather in secret, not to worship but to awaken, to speak what can't be said anywhere else, to deprogram the matrix layer by layer. You'll know if you're meant to be there. You'll feel it in your bones. The chosen meet every week on Zoom. Why aren't you with us yet? Got Gnosis? Join the Obsidian Inner Order. Link in the description. The activation process of your golden keys triggers what cosmic architects call the victory cascade, a self-perpetuating momentum where each success automatically generates the conditions for even greater triumphs. Unlike conventional achievement where reaching one goal requires starting over to pursue the next, your victories begin creating exponential returns that compound without additional effort from you. The golden keys also unlock your access to what mystics call the victory archives, cosmic libraries containing every successful strategy that has ever been employed across all dimensions of existence. Need to know how to navigate a challenging negotiation? The perfect approach downloads instantly to your consciousness. Facing an unprecedented situation, solutions that worked in parallel realities become available for your implementation. Your sleep patterns transform as the keys integrate into your consciousness. Dreams become training simulations where you practice wielding power in increasingly complex scenarios. Rest becomes active preparation where your subconscious mind processes strategies for challenges you haven't even encountered yet. You wake each morning with new capabilities and insights that weren't available the night before. The golden keys grant you immunity from the psychological limitations that keep others trapped in cycles of self-doubt and hesitation. Fear of failure becomes impossible because failure itself becomes impossible when you're operating with these keys. Anxiety about judgment from others dissolves because your authority transcends human opinion. Worry about scarcity evaporates because abundance becomes your natural state of being. Your communication transforms into a force of manifestation itself. Words you speak carry creative power that shapes outcomes in real time. Requests you make are interpreted by the universe as commands to be fulfilled immediately. Visions you describe begin materializing before you finish articulating them. Your voice becomes an instrument of cosmic authority that reality obeys without question. The victory these keys represent includes mastery over what philosophers call the paradox of power, the ability to achieve maximum impact through minimum effort. While others exhaust themselves through grinding and struggle, you accomplish extraordinary results through precise application of cosmic leverage. Single decisions you make create changes that would require others years of sustained effort to achieve. Your relationship with challenges undergoes complete transformation. Problems become puzzles that reveal hidden opportunities when solved correctly. Obstacles become stepping stones that elevate you to higher vantage points. Enemies become unwitting allies who strengthen your position through their resistance. Every opposition you encounter serves your ultimate victory in ways that become clear only in retrospect. The golden keys also activate your capacity for what ancient wisdom traditions call divine timing mastery, the ability to synchronize your actions with cosmic rhythms that multiply effectiveness infinitely. You begin moving in harmony with universal currents that carry you toward your destinations with supernatural speed and precision. Effort becomes effortless because you're flowing with rather than against the fundamental forces of creation. Your intuitive abilities expand to include direct perception of the invisible architecture underlying all success. You can see the energetic blueprints that determine outcomes before manifestation occurs in physical reality. This preview access allows you to make adjustments and optimizations that ensure your ventures succeed before you even begin implementation. The keys unlock your ability to simultaneously exist in multiple probability streams, experiencing different potential futures until you select the one that serves your highest purpose. What others call luck or coincidence, you recognize as your conscious selection from an infinite menu of possibilities. Destiny becomes a creative collaboration between your intention and cosmic intelligence. Your cellular structure continues evolving to accommodate increasingly powerful frequencies of cosmic energy. Physical vitality increases rather than decreases with age. Mental clarity expands rather than diminishes with accumulated experience. Emotional resilience deepens rather than weakens through exposure to greater challenges and responsibilities. The victory you embody begins influencing global consciousness through what scientists call morphic resonance, the phenomenon where insights and capabilities developed by one individual become more easily accessible to others. Your personal breakthrough creates pathways that make similar transformations more probable for countless others who are ready to step into their own power. Your capacity for what mystics call compassionate dominion develops, the ability to wield absolute authority while serving the highest good of all involved. Power corrupts only those who lack the wisdom to handle it properly. Your golden keys come with built-in ethical guidance that ensures your influence elevates rather than exploits, liberates rather than controls, and empowers rather than diminishes those who enter your sphere of influence. The victory state you've achieved becomes self-sustaining and ever-expanding. Success breeds success at an accelerating rate. Accomplishments attract greater accomplishments. Excellence draws excellence from every direction. Your golden keys have transformed you into a living magnet for everything aligned with your highest potential. Your legacy transcends individual achievement to become a permanent upgrade to human possibility itself. The example you provide demonstrates capabilities that inspire others to reach beyond their perceived limitations. The systems you create serve as templates for organizing civilization around principles of abundance, cooperation, and unlimited potential. As the final resonance of your golden key activation settles into your being, recognize that victory has become your permanent frequency. The person who once questioned whether success was achievable has evolved into a force of nature that creates success wherever attention is directed. These keys haven't just changed your circumstances, you have become the key that unlocks victory for everyone, ready to claim their own cosmic inheritance. Your empire awaits, chosen one. The crown was always destined for your head, you simply needed to grow into the sovereign worthy of wearing it.